Hey y'all, Merry Christmas. Man, I'm so thankful that you would just take a few minutes to spend with us here today on Christmas Day. And the reality is that I know for probably the last couple of months, like most of us, you have been running nonstop. Between all of the shopping and the food preparations and the families coming and going and all of the things going on over the last few months, it's probably felt more like a sprint than anything else. And today finally has arrived. Christmas Day is here. And yet, as we come into today, there's likely that many of us come in today feeling incredibly exhausted, maybe worn out, maybe tired or even anxious. And so what I want us to do today is I want us to look at a passage in Luke chapter 10, and I want us to be reminded of what is really important today. And so look with me here in Luke chapter 10 and verse 38. It says, "Now, as they went on their way," this is Jesus and his crew, "Jesus entered a village, and a woman named Martha welcomed him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary who sat at the Lord's feet and listened to his teaching. But Martha was distracted with much serving. And she went up to him and said, 'Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone?'" You see, here's what happens. Jesus shows up at Martha and Mary's house. And Martha is incredibly excited and Mary's incredibly excited, but they respond in different ways to Jesus' presence being with them. Mary is just willing to sit at Jesus' feet and just to be with Jesus and to be near him. And yet Martha is incredibly busy trying to serve Jesus and do things for Jesus and trying to do actually really good things. And she's frustrated because she feels like she's doing all of the work and her sister isn't helping at all. She feels like she's running around trying to make all of the things happen so that Jesus can be well taken care of while he's with them. And yet Mary just seems to be sitting there. So much so that she actually goes to Jesus and she says, "Jesus, aren't you going to say something to my sister?" Now, I know your kids are really perfect and good and they've been excellent, but my kids sometimes, they want to get each other in trouble. And so when they want to get each other in trouble, instead of talking to each other about their frustrations or whatever's going on, they'll go to me or my wife and they'll say, "Hey, tell my sister this," because they're trying to get them in trouble. And I think that's what Martha's trying to do because she's so frustrated. And she's so busy and she's been working so hard. But I think it's in Jesus' response to Martha that we have so much to learn. In fact, this is what Jesus says to Martha in verse 41. It says, "But the Lord answered her, 'Martha, Martha.'" He says her name twice because he really wants her to listen in and lean into this and not be distracted by anything. And so he calls her name, he says, "Martha, Martha, you are anxious and troubled about many things. But one thing is necessary. Mary has chosen the good portion, which will not be taken away from her." You see, I think many of us can relate to this. For the last few months, our minds have raced from one thing to the next, wondering how we're going to get it all done. Maybe even today, we finally arrived, maybe you still haven't been able to unwind and your heart is still anxious and worried and distracted about many things. And what Jesus reminds us of in this passage is that there's only one thing that is necessary. That as much as all of the busyness and all of the things happening right now during our lives and in this season, it's easy to be distracted, but there's only one necessary thing, and that's to be with Jesus. And I think if we can't even pause on Christmas Day and celebrate and remember that today is about Him, that the only reason we get to even have Christmas is because He came, then we're in trouble. And so my encouragement and my challenge to you today is that you would pause and you would spend some real time just sitting at the feet of Jesus. Because what did Jesus say to him? Say to her. He says that Mary has chosen the good portion, the portion that will fill her up and that it will never be taken away. Because the reality is that the decorations are going to be put away within a few days unless you're one of the people who keep them up all year round. The decorations are going to get put away. The family's going to go home. The food is going to be devoured. All of it is going to come to an end. And the only thing that is going to remain from today is if you chose to be with Jesus. And so here's my challenge for you as a family today. As a single person, as a married couple, whatever situation you find yourself in today, here is my challenge for you today. Number one, I want you to take some time to read the Christmas story. You can go to a passage like Luke chapters 1 and 2, and you can dive into the Christmas story there. You can go to Matthew chapter 1. If you want to get really wild, you can go into Revelation chapter 12 even. But even the Jesus Storybook Bible, if you have little kids. But whoever you're with today, I want you to spend some time reading the Christmas story. And then I want you to share. Go around the table maybe, or go around the living room, and I just want you to share one reason why Jesus' coming has made an impact in your life. Get personal with it. Don't say surface level things, but get real personal. This is what Jesus' coming has changed in my life, or what it is changing, or how it has impacted. And then here's the real big challenge, okay? I want you to sing a song together today. Sing a song, and here, if you're new to a family worship kind of a thing, go to YouTube, and you can just sing with the YouTube video some great Christmas songs as praise to Jesus. So read the story, share your story, and sing praise to Jesus today. And remember that it's being with Him is the only thing necessary. I'm thankful for you. I can't wait to see you this upcoming Sunday. Hope you have a great rest of your Christmas. God bless.